Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 12. Y'all already know this is mic drop, what we've been waiting for with Miss Deborah, aka Deborah, and her 15 minutes of fame. So I just want to start off by saying cheers, happy new year. There will be tons of content coming your way this month, so definitely check out my channel if you enjoyed this video and you're new here, or if you've been here before. Y'all know I'm still trying to grow it, so be sure to subscribe at the end of the video. Okay, let's jump into it. So we know Karen's show is coming up, so we're seeing her prepare for her show. It's going to be at the Improv in DC. I haven't been there. I want to visit, check it out, see what's going on there. But she says she's honored because she's the first non-comedian, so you know that's a big deal. Shout out to Karen. So Ray and Karen sit down with Matt, her friend, assistant, whatever, honey, I don't know. And they're discussing him and Karen's vision for the show. But we know it's really his vision for the show, especially during Pride Month. Like, he might as well just scoop Karen to the side and take over, honestly. So, Ray really doesn't know what the show is about. Neither do we. I think at the end of the episode, I still didn't know what the show was about. I never got clarity on what exactly was going on. But it's okay, we'll get to it. They talk about Grindr. We know that's an app. And Ray is just confused, and we're going to scoot on past it. So we see Jacqueline, and she's visiting Mia and Gordon. It's 2023, but I still don't want to see no scenes with Mia. But we got to see them, so here we go. Gordon is complaining because they sat down on the couch, and he was on one end, Mia was on the other, and Jackie was in the middle. And he was like, why is she in the middle? Like, why is she in between us? Sir, a couple episodes back, y'all was at the restaurant, and you and Jacqueline was sitting on one side of the table, and Mia was sitting on the other side. Now, all of a sudden, it's an issue. Like, their storyline is getting on my last nerve. I'm sick of it. So, Mia said her stepmom and Jackie's mom were best friends in high school. I don't know if they're adoptive sisters. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. The more they try to explain, the more confusion it gives. Gives confusion. So they're over-explaining their alleged throuple, trying to say, like, it ain't like that, but the more y'all try to explain, the more it seems, in my opinion, like it's like that. And we don't really care that it's like that. Like, we really don't. Like, if that's what y'all doing, like, me already said they swingers, allegedly, but it ain't really allegedly because she said it. So if y'all swinging over, we don't care. Like, we don't care. It's getting annoying because you're trying to, like, make it something it is or isn't, and I don't know, it's giving forced and fake and phony, and I don't like that. I mean, we know everything ain't real on reality TV, but you don't gotta be so obvious. So, they talked about Jackie's Porsche. Not Mia calling it a Porsche, okay. Porsche around, even when she ain't around, honey. So, we see Ashley and her friends, the self-proclaimed PYTs, aka the pretty basic chicks, gather for brunch. Giselle joins them with her wig plopped on top, but I must say she's probably the prettiest chick there. And Giselle sat down and she was like, that's the PYTs? Like, and they're going to try to change it to Pretty Little Things. Now, I thought that was just a clothing website. But no, they said, look, when Giselle here, her wig is Pretty Little Things. When it's just us four, it's the PYTs. I see what y'all did there. And Giselle's like, I'm a pretty hot mama. Look like they all mamas, Giselle. Okay? Well, I mean, we know Ashley and Deborah is. So, the seasoned auntie that's sitting next to Ashley said, you know, she ain't never really liked Michael. She ain't see it for him. So, she ready for her to date again. Then, attention-seeking Deborah, who keeps swinging her neck from left to right, swinging her hair from side to side, flipping it forth and back. Ooh, I was getting so tired of her. But she finally gets her moment. She been trying to overtalk people and wave her hands, and she giggling with the waiter, just doing any and everything to milk the most out of this 5 minutes she about to get on this camera. So she explains Chris and his so-called flirting. And she says she was minding her business at the bar, and all of a sudden, Chris and his elbow was scooting closer to her, trying to get her attention. Girl, what the hell is you talking about? So he introduced himself to her and said his name is Chris. And she said, my husband is also named Chris. And he said, well, you know what's Chris is. We're all alike. Whatever that means. Maybe he was trying to say you got a good man because he named Chris. Child, I don't know. It don't even make sense. That's how you know it's a lie. And the truth ain't in it. So, after that, I was listening. And I'm just like, okay, honey. Even, I was engaged to her, Chris. I mean, Chris is a common name. Girl, so what? That don't mean he flirting with you. So, thanks to production, we see, once again, Chris was on his phone. When I say he was, honey, Chris wasn't, like, on his phone, like, he was on his phone, like, on his phone, like, he did not want nothing to do with her or her eyebrows. Nothing. Every time they try to say he was flirting with somebody, he was on his phone each and every time. Y'all know I don't normally go up. I don't just be going up for men. But I got to side with this white man today. I'm on the side of right. Y'all gonna leave my boy Chris alone. He ain't did nothing. Like, for y'all to even try to sit here. Then she had the audacity to throw Eddie in it. We gonna get there. So, we see that she was lying. And the true story was, after she attempted to try to set up this lie, ain't even no alleged, it was a lie. She went up to Chris while he was minding his own business on his phone, trying to get away from these hussies. And she gonna introduce herself. And I like the pink. And then she's like, oh, my husband's name's Chris. He was like, okay. I mean, it's a common name. Like, okay. So, and it's like, girl, you was doing everything in your power to make it look like y'all was chit-chatting to spice up this storyline. Honey, just because you wasn't mic'd up, no mean production didn't pick up on the lies. So, Evil Eyebrow said, and then Eddie with his smiling self, happy Eddie. Man can't be happy. What in the world? Whew. He ain't gonna be happy around y'all now. I'm gonna just say that. But she said he wanted her. At least that's what she was making it seem like. Because he smiled at her. She wouldn't even known he was married. Even though she watches the show, she's clearly a fan. She wants to be friend of so bad. And you know his wife is like 10 feet away. Girl, bye. So she really sitting there talking. And she's like, it's clear that she thinks she's that, like, she thinks she's that girl. She thinks she's the one. Like, when I come here, like, ain't nobody else even. She's it. She's the it girl. Honey, I'm only going to try to talk about, I ain't going to, the internet done dragged her all the way down to hell. You hear me? Dragged her down to the ground, okay? She did it to herself. I ain't even going to blame her. She thought that she was the one. And she's one of those women who think just because a man is speaking to you that he wants you. You're not used to being around people who are just polite, just have home training. Like, just because he smiled, he was giggling and smiling the whole time. Like, that don't mean he wants you. So, Ashley claims that she's trying to help Candace. She's out here doing the Lord's work, but trying to let her know what's going on. Girl, stop it. She just still bitter about what Candace said about Michael. So, Evil Eyebrows is still sitting there trying to, milk it. She willing at this point to give blood to get friend of, if nothing else. She really want to flute. She want to be up there when the credits roll and she want to have an intro. That's what she want. If they even add her as friend of, honey, I ain't watching no more. No more reviews for Potomac. I promise you. So then we see Wendy and she looks amazing in her confessional. Go girl, looking good. Wendy, I'm still a little mad at you for all that apologizing you was doing now. I wasn't feeling that. But we're going to let it go because you're looking good, girl. So I can tell, Eddie really loves him some Wendy. He's talking about he got her something. He was thinking about her. And we love to see her and her family. Every time they on the screen, give me the warm and fuzzies, So he was asking her about the lunch she had with Ashley. Apparently, they had lunch the day before, and she was letting her know that Eddie was flirting, according to her friend. He was flirting, and she was like, "Well, how was he flirting?" And she's like, "Well, he was smiling." So they had a good chuckle about this, and so did I. It made me laugh too, y'all, because he was like, "I can't be happy now. I can't smile." He was like, "I smile at everybody." He was like, "You smile at the dog." I just be smiling. And Wendy was like, of course he's happy. He has me. Like, look at me. I know that's right, honey. I would, you know what, honestly, I would not let them hussies film with my man no more. He'd be like Michael. Oh, and where Eddie? Oh, he on a trip. Oh, he got something to do. He taking me. Girl, he gone. He's not here. Okay? I would be at every event like Giselle by myself. Y'all ain't filming with my husband no more. No, you won't be using our marriage for no storyline. So, Mia, Robin, and Giselle, the Green-Eyed Bandits and the Wannabe, meet for lunch. And then I was like, okay, Robin looking cute. And then I saw the shorts and the sneakers. Woo, child, you know Potomac is not known for their fashions. That's what we do know. So Mia overshares her son's personal business because she just can't help but to just, I mean, if you want to, be loose-lipped with your own business, fine. But he don't want to be in this. He's a teenager at that. Embarrassing. So Giselle confronts Mia about her, searching Jackie's lady parts with a flashlight. And gives up Karen as her source. And was like, really confronting her. Like, why you didn't tell us? And then, Mia and she tells a story about how her and Peach Holder Peter Thomas' ex-girlfriend was, fooling around or whatever, allegedly. And it was her, Mia, Peach Holder's ex-girlfriend or current girlfriend or whatever, and G, the night of the wedding or the bachelor party, because first she said it was a night of, then she said it was a night before. Child, her and these tall tales got her confused, and again, so am I. So she said the girlfriend was in the wedding, but of course she fell out with her, because that's what she do. She fall out with people. She can't keep no friends around. It's something about her. She's just unlikable, whatever. But I'm like, not after she was in your wedding and singing in the wedding, what? So she was like, because she was upset that Karen told her business. She probably thought it was, a free-for-all. Like, as much as you share, she probably didn't think nothing of it. And she was like, well, she wouldn't like if I told the real reason why she don't get along with Charisse. As if the Green-Eyed Bandits don't know. So it's time for Karen's event, and Giselle's still confused as to what's going on here. As we are, so are we. Ashley brings evil eyebrows. And producer Giselle says she ain't mad at it. I bet you ain't. You want to feel vindicated, but not tonight. Not tonight. So Candace arrives with her mama who don't hold back. And they establish Charisse was in her feelings because Karen didn't invite her personally. Why would you think you would get an invite, Charisse? What on God's green earth would make you think that you, of all people, would get a personal invitation from Karen? I'd probably get an invite from Karen before you would. No, Karen don't like her. So they mentioned the flashlight and the Hello Kitty incident, and Jackie said, when I had my yeast infection? First of all, some things are better left unsaid. I mean, we didn't need all that detail. We did not. And it also exposed Mia lying again. Or maybe she just forgot. I don't know. But Robin did ask her at the brunch, was she itchy down there? And she said no. But then she said yeast infection. Now, I know everybody don't have all the symptoms when they get a yeast infection, but ain't that that's one of the main... Okay, let's just move on. So, after they tell that lie, Robin gets there late and underdressed per usual. But she does the right thing this time, and she tells Candace, like, look, that one over there with those fuzzy eyebrows, she the one that's Ashley's friend. That was, Ashley's friend with the Chris situation. And then Candace was like, oh, that's the one that said Chris was filling up on her. And, Deborah there, raising her eyebrows, looking around, waiting to get her 15 minutes. Can't wait till the show's over. So Karen is hosting. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all she is there to do is just to host, honey. That's what I thought she was going to... I didn't think... Like, everybody's like, I thought it was going to be like a Karen one-woman show. I didn't expect all of this. Why did y'all think that? I thought it was going to be exactly what it is. So, she does have a packed house. It's packed in there. Every seat is filled. She didn't go too big. She got a venue size that Robin and Giselle should have gotten for their first live show. There's just a lot going on. A whole lot, but nothing at the same time. They have a comedy segment, a drag show with Jasmine Masters, a Q&A section that she said was sizzling topics, but when Wendy does a hot topic, she's giving the tea. If it's just Q&A, I didn't think sizzling topics was the right name. I don't know, whatever. So Mia tries to have a moment and grabs the mic, and she asks, what do you do when you share something with your friend and she runs her mouth and tells her other friends? Then drops the mic like she did something. Like, girl, you did nothing. I thought that was lame. That was not the time or the place. Like, you could have really probably had more of a moment if you would have pulled Karen to the side and y'all had a conversation about this instead of doing it like you did it. So Karen was like, whatever I said about you was the truth. Now sit down, girl. I said, okay, oof. The mother in Karen was coming out. That's how I be talking to my kid. Sit down. Embarrassing me in public like this. Karen said, not at my show. She said, go, you in the vaginal surgery, go work on that and leave my show alone. I ain't mad at it. So, Mia's still trying to talk. And she like, you shouldn't have told them. And Giselle's like, yeah, because I'm going to tell it. We know you are. And Karen, Grandam, take some accountability here. You know you should not be running your mouth saying anything to Giselle. I don't care if y'all on good terms right now or not. Even Giselle said I'm going to tell it. So, yeah. So, but Giselle was just like, look, she ain't did nothing. And she think just her mere presence is enough. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Giselle, so do you. And you do the same thing with less. Karen actually gives more. So it's all over with. Oh no, it ain't over with. I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. So Ashley introduced Deborah to Candace. Candace gave her the dirtiest look, honey. And Candace said, oh, because she was like, this is my friend, Deborah. And Candace said, oh, the one that said Chris was grabbing her. Deborah said no, but he was flirting with me heavy. Child, if you think that was flirting with you heavy, I wonder how many other men she accused of flirting with her. Like, I wonder if her friends back in the day was like, ooh, girl, he tried to talk to me, girl. I'm thinking about talking to this guy. He was flirting with me, girl. He was trying to talk to me, girl. He said hi to me, girl. He held the door open for me at the gas station. Child, you don't want to do it. Whew. She get on my nerves. So she told her story again. In a story it was. And she said she wasn't the only one. So Candace said, oh, he flirted with you and all your friends. And then she started laughing, and so do I. Because, girl, it is not giving what you think it gave. So, Mia talks in her confessional, and I had to side with Mia for the first time in a long, long, long time. She said Candace and Wendy are like 8+, and Deborah is like a 4. I thought she was being generous with the 4. But that's neither here nor there. So, we see Jasmine Masters closing out the night. They ain't had no budget for her song, so we didn't get to hear her song. We just got to see them dancing to whatever song she was performing, and they close. But it ain't over yet. The real show starts now. So Ashley desperately tries to get Candace to talk to Evil Eyebrows, but Candace is paying her dust. Like, girl, So she said, you want to talk to my friend? She's like, I know you feel a way about, nope. No. She is blocking. No. Every time Ashley like, okay, but why won't you talk to her? Why won't you talk to my friend? AKA, why are you ruining the scene? We had it planned how we wanted it to go. Why won't you talk to her? You're messing up the scene. So she getting upset. She's starting to whine because Candace is not cooperating. Candace is like, look, she said, because Deborah was like, would you like to talk to me one-on-one? She said, no, ma'am. And I would have said the same thing. Yes, Candace. You have arrived to the next level of housewives-dom. You ain't getting no 15 minutes off of me. You ain't. Find somebody else to do it. Find somebody else. Not me. Not my husband. No, you won't. She was better off, like, going after somebody else. Like, why you always picking on Candace? Like, but you want to befriend the Green Eye Bandits. Like, y'all doing everything in y'all powers to make this Chris storyline stick. So Candace like, get that Sesame Street character away from me. I ain't talking to her. Tell that B to stay away from me. Period. She didn't even get riled up. Her mama was leaving. So, Deborah, Evil Eyebrows. Your 15 minutes of fame fell flat. You probably won't get invited to anything else. If I were you, I would take RHOP out of your bio. Girl, what are you doing? Like, she had it in there because I looked when y'all said she had it in her bio. She only had like 700 followers. I said, dang, I got more followers than that. You just doing everything in your power. You want to be an influencer so bad, but this ain't the way, honey. You're not even giving good feeling. And you have your own husband. This type of thirst It's just bad. It's pitiful. But it's over with. Next week is a trip to Mexico, and Deborah and her brows is going to be gone in the wind. Fabulous. So that's what the episode is. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Check out my other content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.